Fallout 3 has many different DLCs, each with their own story to tell. Some go to space, some deal with the aftermath of a battle between two of the biggest armies in the wasteland. But then there are others that tell a simpler story, something more down home, something familiar to us all. Can you beat Fallout 3's The Pit DLC without taking any damage? The Pit, just like every other Fallout 3 DLC, has no level requirement, so I simply started the game anew. I tried to name myself William Waddlesworth after all the waddling I did in my last Fallout 3 video. Todd Howard had other ideas. I settled on something lame, walked to Dad, could actually look around, and assigned special points the right way. No points in endurance because it's a waste, 10 in intelligence for skill points, no points in charisma because it's also worthless, and the remaining points spread out amongst other skills. And it was party time. Boring, dead bugs. I picked small guns, repair, and lockpick as my tag skills. Felt like I was moving at impossible speeds as I escaped the vault, and almost set my sights on the pit. The level recommendations I saw for when you should travel to Pennsylvania is 10 to 12 at a minimum. I figured if I was going in at level 2, it wouldn't be unfair to stock up a bit on supplies before sneaking my way inside and becoming a slave. My first stop was the hollowed out rock behind Megaton. You can bet your mother's fat ass that I'll be raiding that rock in every Fallout 3 video from this point forward. I then sold most of what I didn't need to Dr. Huffy. That was a joke. His name is Doc Huff, not Huffy. I wanted to somehow connect it to the Huffy brand children's bicycles, but I could not come up with anything. Take this moment to use the comment section as a Mad Lib and come up with your best way to make that Huffy Bikes joke. The best one gets nothing. Before entering Megaton, I killed the caravan guard and Huffington himself. The cow took more baseball bat bashings to die than it should have. It also stayed closely by its dead owner's side. Kinda sad. Moira performed the role of trash compactor perfectly, and with all the supplies I could think to get, I set off for the pit. Same rules as last time. Ignoring Megaton, I can stop at any of the locations on the way to the pit and look for supplies, but I can't go to Rivet City or anything like that. Also, just before starting the pit itself, I'll set my max health to 1, so that any damage of any kind will kill me. In my last Fallout 3 video, because I was in hell, I didn't get the chance to take Sticky to Big Town. He died protecting me. Luckily, Big Town is a mere stepping stone on my path to the new world, and to show my gratitude to Sticky's friends that he hadn't met yet, I killed them all. Once all the barely not children were dead, I set my health to 1. Because I had plenty of weapons, getting to the pit without taking damage shouldn't be too hard. Normally, that would have been the setup for me to say that it was horrible, but not this time. I made another stop on my way there, this time at Paradise Falls for no particular reason. I think I remember having a reason when I was doing this, but I've long since forgotten what it was. Maybe because the pit involves becoming a slave, I thought to pick up the Mesmetron, but that's just a theory. A normal theory. A couple dogs and their human bitches gave me trouble just below the satellite dishes. The only issue was that the raider had the high ground, putting me in a dangerous situation. It could be over at any moment. I got by them by letting them concentrate their fire on the animals while I sneakily ignored them. Then I met Werner, who was rude to me because I didn't help him with the raiders. I was there in spirit. His eye patch probably kept him from noticing my energy. If he believed in the heart of the cards, he'd have felt my presence with his brain instead of his eyes. The game crashed after I talked to him. It couldn't handle the Neutron style. I helped him with the raiders the second time and agreed to sneak into the pit to lend a hand to the slaves in need. Some do-gooders dared to try to impede my progress. Regulators, some of the most regulated warriors the wasteland has to offer. They died when their lives ended. I had some new toys, and finally entered the door to the pit tunnel. The rail car and arrival at the pit itself reminded me of Metro 2033. Same goes for the let me do the talking thing. He isn't as good at using words as me is, so the raiders all opened fire on us. But more importantly, they started shooting at me. There were about as many as you'd expect to be guarding the train entrance to a city. The hunting rifle I'd gotten came in handy here. Then, just like in Metro 2033, I had to split off from my traveling companion to go it alone. My task is to get access to Asher, and to find the cure. There's a virus contagion Parasite 2020 full movie HD 1080p watch Parasite movie online free thing going on here. Warner took the concealed .32 pistol out of his left eye socket, stashed it somewhere safe on my person where the guards couldn't see it during an ocular pat-down, and I continued towards the pit. A few wild men attempted to stop me. They're men and women who are now wild. What does that mean? Probably nothing. They've supposedly suffered neurological damage from irradiated water and the sky being sick. I think they're faking. Really, they're just raiders who look a bit different, sometimes. The bridge to the pit was littered with mines, which made for a nice bit of easy experience. A couple pit raiders died right on schedule. A bunch of slaves tried to escape. They succeeded in getting their freedom in one way or another, and I entered the pit. Mex understood whose presence he was in and knew to let me waltz right in and assume my position as king with Fisto as my beautiful queen. Mex lied to me. Being on this side of a lie hurts. Then, I got beaten within an inch of my life. The noises and screen abnormalities that happen when you take damage happened here, but my health was still at 1, and I didn't die. I was crippled though. Mildew was this generation's victor and patched me up about as well as a slave could hope to. She asked if I was dead. I wasn't, and her job was done. She wanted me to follow her. Luckily for her, my schedule was now open, and I didn't have any plans. That is some wholesome Disney Channel comedy. The joke is that I'm a slave and have to do as I'm told, so I don't have any plans, because I can't. Mildred warned us both about the guards watching. I ran around, while specifically not looking at Misty, so the guards would know that we're totally not in cahoots. Inside her home, she explained me the plan. I'll strategically be sent out to the steel yard to collect enough ingots to make a set of cobblestone elbow pads in Fortnite. The catch is that the steel yard is full of trogs. Trogs are basically just tunnelers from Lonesome Road, but instead of being part snake, they're part feral ghoul. That's basically all they are. Jackson interrupted our scheming with such godly confidence that he didn't even look at us as he administered his fair and just punishment. I killed him, and that made everyone sad, so I reloaded a checkpoint and did as I was instructed. As a valued worker in this city, I'm not allowed to leave. If there's a place worth visiting, it's in the mill. The mill is where the fire is stored until it's ready to be burned. Before entering the steel yard, I got a free weapon from Macro, an auto axe. How do you automate an axe? Simple, idiot. You make it spin. I saw my first trog on the fenced-off passage to the steel yard. Everett described the steel yard as a death sentence. Other people described it as, quote-unquote, bad. It's really not a place you want to go for spring break. Right at the entrance to the yard is a dead body that conveniently has a free weapon and ammo, and 2 of the 10 things I need to collect. Just past the entrance, I was in horror as Greg finally found his little brother Manny. But Manny, always the freak, killed his brother. I found 3 more ingots inside a dumpster. The steel yard was pretty disappointing, considering how hyped up it had been. I did manage to find Wild Bill, just like I told someone I would. I don't remember who they are, and I didn't remember who they were after I found Wild Bill either. They never got their answer about Bill's life. The auto axe blasted the wild men to death with fresh scents for men that tell everyone that you own multiple tap-out shirts, even if you're not wearing one right now. We all know you've got a bunch of them. The closest I've ever come to being frightened in a computer game came when numerous trogs were after me. Immediately after that fear erupted through my body, I forcefully euthanized them with the memory of how shitty some enemies can be at finding a path towards you. I let them live. Every life is precious. And despite having more than enough pieces of metal, I continued my exploring up to the tallest building in sight. The top of this thing. I know there's a word for it, but I couldn't remember what it was. I got good and stuck up there. As always, turrets become a nightmare to deal with when you can't take damage. This might have been the worst turret I've ever found. For some reason, it was so stupidly accurate and fired at me the second I walked out from behind cover. I wanted to explore, but like a piece of content locked behind a microtransaction, I will never get to see what it is. Eventually, I tucked my tail between my legs with such incredible speed that it propelled me to safety, allowing me to return to the mill with my ingots and almost no pride. A single trog tried to avenge its brother. Their family is dead, and I've never been more happy about it. I gave the steel to Everett, I had my Labrador outfit, and could return to Millie to discuss the best way for us slaves to start a revolution that would end with the masters dead and the slaves in control. I needed to know how she was going to make that happen. There was a minor revolt on the way to her house. Mold informed me that Asher will be gracing us with his words in the near future, and may even open the arena. The arena. The perfect place for someone who dies when the wind blows a little too hard. I was volunteered for the arena. I had no say in the matter. I'm fighting whether I want to or not. If I wanted to be fighting over nothing all the time, I should have gotten married, right, boomers? Back at the mill, I met Phaedra, who seemed malnourished and eager to watch me die. Good news is, I kept all the stuff I gathered, all the weapons primarily, for the fight in the arena. I thought it would be with machetes or barehanded. It wasn't, which was good. What I really didn't anticipate was the barrels of radiation falling from the sky, filling the room with their fancy air. The problem is that the second the radiation counter ticks over into minor radiation poisoning, I die. Not only did I have to survive the fight in the arena, I had to do it quickly enough to avoid dying from radiation damage. If it wasn't for the limited amount of medical supplies I had to deal with the radiation, I'd have failed. Phaedra heals my radiation between fights, and there are only 3 fights in total. The last one, predictably, was the hardest. Even with a decently high small gun skill, I sucked at landing shots on Gruber, and he was so tough that if I didn't kill him with the first shot, which I couldn't do, he would open fire with his special gun and end me immediately. Once again, I was prepared for this. I used several grenades to blow him up before he had a chance to scream for his mother to help him after he noticed his left arm and both legs have been blown off. With my Freedom 1, Crenshaw showed his power over this dimension by gliding through reality without moving his legs. I got all my supplies back that I gathered in the Capital Wasteland and was moving up in the world. I was told to speak to Asher. Why? Couldn't tell you. But when the big man watching down from Haven tells you to stop by and say howdy, you will say howdy and like it. The Raiders, while sophisticated in their thinking about how to handle the many social issues of our time, are stupid when it comes to naming things. The big people live in uptown. The little people live in downtown. A lot of where they live is on top of rooftops and on the tops of buildings. I passed between the legs of Lady Liberty, entered Haven, and spoke to Asher. I know a good opportunity when I see it. Why start a revolt among the slaves and climb the stairs to revolution when I can just slip the guy at the front desk a couple fingers and take the elevator to the top? I successfully failed at telling Asher I didn't know Werner. Told him I was joining his side, and just then, the ultimate test was placed on my desk. The slaves are revolting. Do I help the slaves, or restore democracy and put the slaves in their place? I fucked up a while back, and didn't take the cannibal perk, so I can't eat the baby. The one time I actually have a chance to kill a kid in Fallout and I mess it up. Typical. As expected, kidnapping a baby belonging to someone most people refer to as Lord Asher does not go over well with the common folk. They were maniacs who didn't care for the health of a baby that's actually a damaged garden gnome if you use console commands to drop the baby from your inventory. That's real, I'm not making that up. The Raiders inside are mad. The Raiders outside are mad. Everyone except for me is mad at me, and it makes life difficult. So difficult, in fact, that I went against my motherly instincts and didn't steal the baby. The slave rebellion was going rather well. A lot of them were dead, and because I didn't help them die, their deaths are weightless on my conscience. Midia wasn't happy that I sided with management over the common worker. She wanted to kill me or have me kill her. Every good leader knows that when a worker isn't being efficient, you go for their throat by threatening their family. Mossberg gave up the location of Werner. I was tasked by His Highness Lord Asher to take him out. The slaves made their stand in the mill with their little toy axes. They all died for nothing. I entered the steel yard, parkoured over some dumpsters. The game crashed, and I found Werner inside Werner's hideout. He, just like the moldy woman, actually expected me to kidnap the child. Werner wouldn't get off so easy. He had no family to threaten, so I took the only thing I could from him, his life, and left the steel yard. From there, I backtracked through the abandoned area, and I returned to Asher in Haven. The workers are still workers, but perhaps one day, their great-great-great-grandchildren will one day be on the road to being free. With my job for Asher done, with the rebellion squashed, I completed the free labor quest and beat the pit without taking any damage. That's it. There's not much to this DLC. There was barely enough there to make a video out of it. If you enjoyed the video or learned anything, leave a like. Leave a dislike if you didn't enjoy the video or didn't learn anything. Join the Mitten Squad Discord server through a link in the video description. Thanks to the Champion tier supporters as well as other channel members for making videos like this one possible. Follow me on Twitter at Mitten Squad. My name is of Mitten Squad. Have a wonderful day. So earlier today I had this idea. There is a sex change command in Fallout New Vegas, and you can probably guess what it does. I don't need to explain that. If you can read those letters right there, you'll understand what it means. So I'm just going to go through a bunch of characters. I went through a few already, but I thought this kind of video would be better suited for live commentary. The first time ever this year. Doc Mitchell, sex change. Yep, that's about how I remember it. The mustache is, it really pulls it all together. The voice and the mustache match perfectly with Doc Mitchell's ample bosom. Stats don't matter, skills don't matter, those are fine. How can we look inside there? So let's... Oh, Todd Howard, you fucked me again. You fucking cucked me. These are Doc Mitchell's beautiful legs. Notice the lack of hair. Similar to what's up there. But certainly not. Ugh, right there. Back to reality we go. This was the other thing. Alright, let's do it from behind. Watch that ass change. There it is. Now that's a mustache. We'll leave that as is for now. Oh, fucking startled me. So you're probably wondering the same thing I was when I did this. Victor, the manliest man of all. What would happen if we made him a woman? Well, watch and learn. Children, cover your eyes. I lied, it doesn't work. If you do it to something that does not have a gender in this game, what it'll do is change your sex, because that's logically how it would work. Now this is what you were waiting for, and let me tell you, this is beautiful. Take in everything he has to offer.
Was a prospector until I decided to settle here to get away from the NCR.
Alright, you get the idea. Now, witness glory. Now there is one more thing we can do to really take this to the next level, to complete the ensemble. Do one of these, and then you do one of these. Here we go. There it is. This is how easy Pete was supposed to look. Just watch for a moment. Don't be distracted by anything. Oh, he still has a gun. Oh yeah, this happens too. There's that slight little twist right at the end. So this was what I wanted to see, that I have not tried yet. If you drop a gun, what happens if you change that gender? 9mm pistol. Oh, that sucks. Sunny Smiles is one of the more unsettling ones that I've seen. I haven't gone outside of Good Springs. This is just wrong. God, everything about it bothers me. Still me. Cheyenne is obviously a boy's name. It's obviously a girl's name. Apparently, it is not a name for either a boy or a girl. Joe Cobb stood out to me for a very good reason, because there are no female powder gangers, so he just looks slightly more feminine. What I haven't done is removed his clothing to see the beauty underneath. I have no problem. Listen to her voice. Alright, now we do this.
The little town got itself dragged into the middle of something we don't want anything to do with.
Tell me that the voice does not still work, because I 100% think it does. And that concludes the number of people that I've done this to already. Oh, they stay the same. That's good to know. Predictions for Ringo. I predict nothing extraordinary. Yeah, that's still Ringo. And because it's still Ringo. See, now they'll never know. They'll think Ringo gone. He left. I want to see Caesar as a woman. What if Mr. Nash became Mrs. Nash and Mrs. Nash became Mr. Nash? Solving mankind's greatest mysteries since right now. Huh. Dude, he's so fucking crafty. I didn't see that coming. Fuck, these guys are so clever. I think the convicts are only men, right? No, they're both. In my world, anyone can be anything. Alright, Mr. Nash, show me what you got. Imagine if they literally just fucking change skins. They kinda do. That's very Mrs. Nash-like. It's almost off-putting. Oh, that bothers me. I thought I wanted it, but I don't. Alright, where's the missus? I need to see her before I kill them both. Oh, fuck. These guys are going fast because they unequipped and re-equipped their items. That's how that command works. It doesn't work until after that. There she is. Tell me everything about yourself so I can break it down and destroy it. Don't go fast, you dumb whore. Nice. Oh, it's the same. That's Mr. Nash. Fuck. I can't be in here anymore. And neither can they. Oh, I took an arrow to the knee. Ooh, what about Deputy Weld? Same. Well, in that case, I want his hat. Where's his hat? Got it. I think the NCR hates me. I just killed two guys, one guy. Oliver Swanwick. Ooh. I can't wait to be even more grossed out by his fucking face. Oh, he's gonna be too fast for me. Oh no, he's not. He was too quick. He's too close. I hate me. Oh, he's not gonna unequip and re-equip an item. Dude, the fucking bastard's gone already. Where did he go? Oliver Swanwick, we'll come back to him. He'll live to die another day. He'll live to today a die. Boxcars, what do you got? I like those clothes. I bet they'd look better on me. Very similar. If I unequip the item, will I still be able to get it? Soldier outfit. Oh, it's worn, it's used? Oh, I don't want that. That's gross. See, I'm a good guy for killing someone. Vulpes, what will he look like? Oh, those goggles. Oh, the armor changes. It doesn't. Yeah, it's mostly just a face change. Let's remove it. Oh, now see, he's just a basic white woman now. Same as me. Not as cool, he doesn't have a mustache. But not everyone can be perfect. Yeah, so the Legion are pretty much unchanged. Aside from the facial structure. Let's change some of the companions. Boone, for instance. Can I change it in here? Ooh. I can. Perfect. Ooh. Ooh, I want to see Mr. House. The real Mr. House. He's only wearing underwear. God, imagine seeing naked 130-year-old tits. Be like a fucking empty paper bag flapping up and down in the wind. Getting hard just thinking about it. Cliff Briscoe. That is a woman's name. Benny, gotta see him too. Ooh. That's lovely. That is interesting right there. That mustache would look nice on a woman. Never mind. I don't like what I've done. Oh, it's not gonna be early enough. God, his fucking face. God, it bothers me. Here he is.
God damn it.
Well, I'm looking forward to this. Fingers are crossed, one of them is. Huh. I like that jawline. Very feminine.
Waste yet.
Is this an attire you can get? It's not, is it? Merc Grunt outfit. That's not what that is. Is it? So I need to find someone with the regular Merc Grunt armor. If I switch him back, does he now have different clothing? No. That's weird. That bothers me. Where's, the bitch who dies? Alright. That's not what I expected. I'm gonna leave you like that. Ooh, what if I change a ghoul? What will that do? Oh, Jason Bright. He's a ghoul. Change him too. Who's this? Can I just exchange a dead body? Oh, neato. You. Ugh. What about you? That's alright. See, that is basically the medical gear. It's the same thing as Boone. He has that. Doesn't have that strap Or all the blood. What about No Bark Noonan? He doesn't exist. His theories are right. Oh, fuck. Holy God, he does not exist. Or maybe he does. Nope. What the hell? Huh. There it is. I want his outfit. Nice. Mitten Squad is the prettiest girl. She'll be pretty much the same, I bet. Kind of looks like Caesar a little bit. Oh, the eyes are doing that thing. There's 2 of them. Gotta see the Legate too. That mustache is gonna look real good. That's not great. And he's gone. I'll just take that then. Veronica. She has unique armor, I think. Don't leave. Stupid asshole. I am God. It's not that different. I'll brute force this motherfucker. Yeah. I take no chances. Nothing to see here. Just normal Veronica. Standing there. Waiting for someone to come help her. That is all. Ignore the dead body on the left. I am Veronica. That shocked me a little bit, seeing that just right there. Still a bearded woman. Nothing wrong with that. I could easily console command my way up there, but I want to... Never mind. Oh, this one's already a woman. Oh, it's not. Alright, well... It's a woman now. I don't know what you are. You're a monster. Well, that's unfortunate. Kinda. Oh, there's a ghoul in here somewhere. Where is he? I had him, I think. I think he escaped. Oh, here he is. Rotface.
Hey, buddy.
I am gonna take off his clothes. God, I hope he's naked under there. Ooh, those arms. Ooh. Let's take a closer look. Damn. This is beautiful. This is a work of art. Inside, not so much. Well, this is a lovely turn of events. Yeah, I think some of these outfits, they just sort of warp around the person's frame. I shouldn't kill him. Is this wrong? Is this wrong? I don't think that's wrong. It probably is. No mistakes were made, I guess. Pacer, there are no women. These things, these guys, losers, is the correct term. Oh, that's lame. What about this one? This is almost what Boone wears. Oh, another invisible guy, huh? Yeah, it just wraps around him. The king is gone. There he is. That's disappointing too. I'm gonna have to kill him. Just a minor inconvenience, nothing to worry about. I want to see Mr. House first. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. There are no women chairmen. Women. It's 2020, me, get it right. Huh. That looks like what, Alice McLafferty wears. Just with that, NCR pin, and he's gone. Did he die? Benny died. Oh no, there he is. I thought a fucking body ran into him. Oh, that sucks. It's not even an improvement. Well, it's not all bad. Is he still a woman? Did I change him back? Oh. Hell yeah. I can get behind this. Why are these... Oh, that's right. I killed a bunch of people. So who's left? I guess, Caesar. Then maybe the Legate and, the NCR guy. Oliver and Swanwick. We will end with Swanwick. Oh, see, now I kind of want to go see Ulysses. Or one of the think tanks. Oh, I can't believe I put these thoughts in my head. Ooh, that's not what I was looking for. You're not what I want. You're not a real ghoul. Oh, Jason Bright. Oh, I keep forgetting. The fuck? Oh, that's water. These Legion guys are all so lame. Ooh, this guy might be cool. Pretty much just Doc Mitchell, different mustache. This one's gonna be good. I can feel it in my bald spot. Nothing revolutionary. I mean, it's It's no Minecraft, let's be honest. Talk to Benny. Oh, he's still here. Is he still a woman? I don't remember how I left him either. Let me out of here. Jason Bright, that's right. Am I not gonna be permitted to leave? Maybe because I have the platinum chip?
Return the chip to you when you're ready for Kaiser's.
Well, see, now I know that that's what happens. Now we've all learned something today. Besides how relentlessly attractive Doc Mitchell is. Easy Pete, I mean. Fuck, what a mistake. There are ghouls here, there's one. Man, fuck my life, dude. All I want to see is fucking ghoul titty. Why is that so hard? I bet Super Mutants and Night King will be the same. Because of course they will. Alright, you know what? I'm not doing this. I just went in a circle. Alright. Alright. This is fucking Grave Encounters, the movie. God damn it. God, I suck. Am I gonna have to fucking COC myself in there? Down this hallway to the left. This movement speed is throwing me off. There it is. So is the jump height. Oh my god. And now I'm stuck. No, I'm not. This is riveting to watch. I can't walk up fucking platforms. I am so sick of me. Chris Haversam, show us what you got. Not the best, not the worst. Why are you afraid? Oh. Fuck. They're gonna spread. I'm not gonna get to see Jason Bright. I gotta save, just in case I have to freeze time and kill them all with my mind. And Chris is dead. Yep. Alright. Fuck. Please, God, let this work. I already forgot what the fuck it is. Oh, it's not wearing a suit. Ooh, what will you look like? Oh, look at that face. Something not even a mother could love. Jason Bright, now this is gonna be epic. I never want to say that word again. He's already got some shit going on right there. Interesting. Breathtaking, almost. What's he got under there? I can actually remove it. I wonder if those spots right there are the suit or if it's the skin. Judging by the gaps, I bet it's the skin. Oh, wow. Oh, so it was the suit itself. I need that. Fuck Jason Bright. Give it to me. What did I forget? Equip item requires a reference. Player dot. This needs to be the thumbnail. If I can get the right angle for it. Oh no, it's ECP. What am I doing? Alright, here we go. Maybe I need to take that off. Huh. That's weird. Wonder why that happens. Alright, who's left to see? Oh, the Legate and Oliver. Uninspiring. I bet this one's gonna look hardly any different. Yeah, see, it's... I didn't even notice the difference. Right when it changed? Oh, there's a slight color difference right there where you can see his chin. That's it. Fuck. Invalid inventory. So that's his skin then. Who would have guessed that? Oh, and my run height's normal again. What the what am I? Oh, it's a different character, that's right. That really threw me off. There's no point in taking off their clothes. Oh, there's Veronica. There goes Veronica. Well, that was nice of him, walk around her. That's about what I expected, I guess. Doesn't look all that different. Kill all. Goodbye, everyone. Oh, and I'm stuck in place. Cool. So, I guess that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it or learned, the real game begins. The real game began. The real game began. When the real game began. The real game finally begins. When you finally die, I won't let the real game begin. Is where the real game begins. The real game can begin. Where the real game begins. The real game began. And the real game began. I reached the end. Where the real game begins. This is where the real game begins. Because now the real game begins. There's a man in Riverwood whose friendship utter is hurtin' for a squirtin'. I had me a silenced weapon, but I didn't account for today being his birthday. This changes things. I swapped to hollow points. I was outmatched, even with a minigun. Now it all makes sense. Maybe if Steve Irwin had a gun with him instead of a snorkel, he'd still be here today. It took me 30 minutes and 3 phone calls to get my food because I'm too much of a pussy to go outside at 10 o'clock at night while drunk in a Christmas sweater after New Year's to steal my own food off one of my neighbor's doorsteps. Early on, you'll be finding items that you need every time you manage to forget that your giant nose takes up 20% of your field of view at any given moment. Time consuming to be sure, but in the end, I single-handedly rescued the president, and Johnny rounded up the usual suspects. We've got Rogue, Tank Dempsey, Squidward, and they're no joke. But I am. I'm the big joke, and my body is the punchline. I got mentally Nagasaki'd by this guy in the stables, went outside where Victor was unhappy with me, then, after killing Victor, Victor came out of the Lucky 38 to avenge Victor. It honestly felt like there were more of them attacking this time, which would make sense, since you're given a grenade launcher to turn their body into food for the micro homies living in the dirt. Also, what's the politically correct way to say this? I shot a kid. I sent that little bitch to the moon, and for the briefest of moments, I thought I'd killed him. Then, just for shits and giggles, I added some dynamite to his inventory and made him explode. The door was off its axis, a plate was misbehaving in its chair, a kettle was dancing on the table like the whore it is, but it still wasn't troublesome enough to make my air conditioner tremble in the next room after hearing an F2 tornado erupt from my giant f***ing nostrils as I exhale air in a huff, and went shopping for more dead bodies. They weren't in stock, but I know a guy who knows a guy who could help me out. Both of those guys and me. Killed one person because he asked what I was doing. He only offers his eye candy to those who are siding with him. It's alright. My mind is still too fixated on Vault Yoshi to have room for another sex symbol. Now Vault Yoshi's in your head too. And he's not going anywhere. On Sunday night, in a somewhat inebriated state, I tripped over God knows what while moving a TV, and the bottom of my neck slammed real f***ing hard on the top of the TV with the full weight of my frame behind it. It was as awful as you can imagine. As much of a monster as I look like, I think this is gonna work now. I think we really have something here. But you know what they say, imagination is what happens when annoyance meets drug use. That said, it's not a cakewalk like Halo 2 on Legendary is. You're not some genetically altered superhuman. Then again, if they're stupid enough to get in my way, they might as well be my enemy. I always knew fuckfest between a pin screen and a light bright. But ask the cashier if they have a grenade. If they say no, say nothing for a second, make a big smile, put your hand on theirs, and quietly ask, would you like one? As expected, Atlas couldn't keep his emotions in check. It's just a kid, he can have another. I popped his head like a raisin and nearly lost my mind. Stanley's hat is so f***ing cool. Can't attack anything until I get my arms around a fat man. I refuse to gun bash unless it was absolutely necessary. The premise of this run is that I have no arms and I must dab. I've told you before that I am a genetic disaster. Closer to the great outdoors, I performed a puppet show with a probably dead body by draping its body over a puddle of fire. Deep in the swamp is a quaint little cabin, and in that cabin are some West Virginian mountain folk who are so engulfed in incest that one of them somehow managed to be its own father. Their air conditioners know to shut the f*** up when they've been emotionally assaulted. Can you hear that? It's an air conditioner. And it is so f***ing annoying. Oh no, I hurt its feelings. He probably could have stuck the end of his musket in his mouth, pulled the trigger, and still missed his head. Look at the f***ing word I got in this terminal puzzle. Just look at it. The rest of this run doesn't matter. This made it all worth it. The big beaver faced his end in style, even doing a somersault into the afterlife. Dog Meat had a photo shoot. I'm a good Christian boy. I'll save my ammo for my suicide. And I changed my mind again. I am not Cinderella. I'm a parasite. I played with a little doggy too. It used the flesh on my forearm as a chew toy. I gave it a bop on the snout with a nuclear newspaper to let it know that kind of thing isn't allowed in the Mitten Squad household. So I killed 2 birds with 1 bullet. The crucible is the magic weapon like divorce papers, capable of tearing whatever it comes across in 2. First, you calm the animal down, blasted them all alongside myself, and left I don't know what that was. Just shouldn't have f***ed with my noodle. In trying to cause damage of their own, they accidentally undid all the damage I'd done to myself. It's gonna take months to get back to the hellish existence I used to cling to. The darkness of Grandma Sparkle managed to reach me all the way in hell. I can't even begin to wrap my head around what might have happened here. If you're gonna get a cat, you might as well get a gun too. When the challenge is based around using a disgustingly bad gun. No offense, Pooh Bear, I'm sure you guys make great shit. Corn on the Joe was for some reason sitting back, not helping his brothers. I can't be bothered to do the math on this, but if my math is correct, I like to think Arthur the Aardvark was looking down on me from heaven with pride as I killed them all inside the library, because he was right the entire time. Having fun isn't hard if you have a library card. At the Gunrunners, I bought 24 regular bullets, 28 hollow points, and 60 bullets that have to wear a helmet. Searching Bing for easiest Skyrim follower didn't give me what I was looking for. After the squatch died, I had to contend with the leftovers, the scraps, statistically speaking, the majority of what remained. I'm on my way to the pros, and I can't handle that kind of pressure. What I need to face is like a toddler with a learning disability. That would be fair. I took both left eyes off this dead guy. I can't imagine what it would be like to have two left eyes. Did I say they're easy to get? That was an exaggeration, like saying my eyes are close together. I found a toy car in the dead kid's bedroom. It's still there because he can't play with it anymore. The resurrect command doesn't work on her. It makes perfect sense. You can't bring her back from the dead if she's faking it. It took longer to pull out of Esther than it did to kill the general. You guys are in for a world of hurt when I figure out what a Ugandan knuckle is. Finding all the necessary items can be a and Big Daddies get progressively stronger as you get farther into the game, while your damage output remains the same. A bit unfortunate. Deeper inside, got weird. I killed the giant skeleton, right? Nothing weird about that, but then his body There are several missions in this game that require stealth. If anyone learns of your presence, besides those you kill immediately, fucking shut up! So I guess there's an oxygen exhaust pipe, the second best kind of pipe you can suck on to keep yourself alive. For those of you who require hand-holding, that was not a drug reference. This is a family-friendly channel. It was a suicide joke. My only option is to run away. After I stumbled off a cliff and died, I regained my composure and set my eyes on the prize. Got an amazing slow-motion shot of dog meat being fucked to death by a nuclear warhead. Bonnie told me that I owed her about $400 in today's money for removing the bullet from my side. This is obviously fiction. You can't even get a doctor to spit on you for $400 in America. I chose to have part of my soul trapped because I didn't become a vampire earlier, no point in being one now. I then entered the soul cairn and dropped dead. When Serana says you'll become weakened, she means it. So, the only option is to become a vampire, which sucks. But it was worth it, because I got a pretty purple pistol that I had for about 6 seconds, more manageable. But just as every virtual dog goes to hell when it dies, what the fuck does that even mean? I gave him a right, and then a left, and he went down. I don't know if it was my fist that knocked him out, or him smacking the side of his head on a table. Either way, I took advantage of an unconscious military officer and beat him to death. She was a tough old beast, taking all the spears I had, and still coming back for more. With no more spears, I threw caution to the wind and started to throw hands. Used almost every drug I had left, because nothing says victory like overdosing after a war. I got inside, found out it was a waste of my time, and decided to go to the much bigger and much more research facility X13 Research Facility Center. What? I think I just had a stroke. She won't tell me her master plan until she sees me mount. I looted one of the bodies, ended the hogtied feller, killed a horse because that horse belonged to the son of a shepherd, and I got a warning from the game that Nuka World is intended for those level 30 or above. Mathematics tells us that me being level 11 is close enough to level 30. I tricked Moira into buying most of my trash. I tried to sell her my copy of Raid Shadow Legends, but even she's not stupid enough to buy that. Activated my trap card. His head turned into jelly. I dropped its egg down into the nightmare below, then jumped down after it. I eventually got it and arrived in hell. There are marked men here that fire fast, firing guns that fire fast. Never trust anyone who is monotone at all times. They're probably hiding something. and I was just sitting there in my underwear hiding behind a rock. The thing is, I'm not as stupid as I've led myself to believe I am. Put boxcars out of his misery, Fulpus explained what he and his fellow gamers did to the NPCs in Mitten, and even a young Deathclaw that tried to avenge its brother. A herd of bighorners paid the ultimate price for being alive. Dutch said howdy when I finally found him, used his gun to turn off a woman. Boy and woman returned to find my corpse. I'm a ghost now, but I can't just search them all. Me being the player lacks the ability to open doors. There's a knob, you have to twist it, it's a whole process. I tried to pick off a few of them before they opened fire, but it didn't really work out. One of them belonged to God and refused to die. The Mesmetron doesn't work on children because Bethesda is a good company. I made Amata prettier than she's ever been before. Skyrim is Terminator found me. Victor is relentless in his quest to say howdy. I ran far and I ran fast, but nowhere is safe from him. And we made our way for New Canaan, which, if you're wondering, is about 380 miles northeast of Las Vegas. Or, put another way, it's a little over 24 million Cheez-Its away from Las Vegas. I awoke in a boat with a gentleman and a lady discussing rowing. I had a sinking feeling, unrelated to the boat filling with water, that they were actually talking about something other than rowing, but I couldn't prove it. I shot Walton in the kneecap as an homage to Bethesda blowing the legs out from underneath the Fallout franchise with Fallout 76. I reunited with my power armor, tried to stop a murder but stood in front of the wrong person. I then talked to Preston about joining the Minutemen, just to let him feel excited for a little bit. Like when you ask your parents if you can go to Toys R Us this weekend, and they say maybe, when they really have no intentions of taking you to Toys R Us. And was finally ready to take the next step. Everything I've done has been leading up to this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bedworld. The power of friendship prevailed over the sustained mortar fire. It took me almost 250 critical shots, but it succumbed to the sentient cancer that is Mitten Squad. I also took Ambassador Dennis Crocker's suit. He wouldn't be needing it anymore. And with enough notches on my revolver to spell out psychopath in braille, Elizabeth threw portable paper at me, and I slowly walked into town while wishing that my mustache was bigger. Then you notice how fat you've gotten? Jesus, look at you. Disgusting. But I'm in their brights on. This is sort of like playing The Floor is Lava, but you can't see the lava, and instead of burning to death, you turn into a vegetable. Luckily, he would only go so far, meaning I could attack him from a distance. Like when I was in high school. Nobody wanted anything to do with me, but they could still do emotional damage from afar. So the scumfuck hiding at the gas station would be the perfect body bag. I hid from Ringo by hiding in Ringo and started swinging. Things aren't as bad as they seem, because there's a child to harass. I named myself Winnie the Pooh for reasons, ensured that I look like a standard American boy. Inside the listening post were a bunch of camping pussies. They camped the active camo, hoarded the energy sword for themselves, and thought they were good at Halo. But I'm better. This video is sponsored by nothing, because I don't accept sponsorships from literal trash. If you thought for a second that I'd put one of my buckets on the line in this risky maneuver, seek psychiatric help. Believe it or not, the plate worked just as I thought it would, meaning it didn't work at all. The pocket full of posies technique worked wonders on the Centaur. There was a 3-for-1 special on Dead Raiders if you used the promo code GRENADE at checkout. Things got easier once I found an RPD next to someone whose brain I just turned off with a bullet. Anyone who studied higher level mathematics will be able to tell you that 2